we go. First try. All right. Present. Share screen. Boom, boom. Submit the Twitch. Present. Boom, boom, boom. Full screen. All right. So hopefully this shouldn't lag. Hopefully. Oh, bro, what? You know what? I'm just gonna share my entire screen. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. This makes it smaller and looks bad. Close Discord. Okay, good.
Chance, what have you eaten today?
All right. Well. Uh, 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 uh. All right. Good. All right. All right. There's that. Now I'm gonna remove this. Submit on the other one. Oh, jeez. All right. There's those. All right. Full screen it. You can see chat on both Discord and whatever. All right. A little thing right there. Very good. Well, that's gonna echo. So, sadly, oh well. All right. I found this video. This was posted. I think 6 months ago, or 2 months ago. Never mind. By Explore with Us. I don't really know. It's an hour long, and teen mass shooter realizes he's been captured. I don't know why I decided to do this. It's just I haven't really found reasons to go live at all. I have no games whatsoever, and I could stream Jackbox, but oh my god, that game would be so out of pocket. So we would probably be out of what's it called? YouTube's guidelines and stuff. It's really bad. So, all right. So we got two things here. It might be laggy. Yeah, it's not even lagging. Alright, well, let's watch this, I guess. Let's pause it.
No access. Let's bust the window.
Well,
There's bullet holes in the wall. Okay, we're coming. We're coming as fast as we can, all right?
On May 7th, 2019, just 3 days before graduation, shots were fired.
hold up. The materials in this video presenting copyright and therefore copy and producer. So I can't hold on. Disclaimer of liability. All information contained in this video presentation is only and is not to be relied upon as legal advice. In any matter, in any the authors leave any and all conclusion to the author offers no statements of fact beyond these available thought, diligent private research, or through information freely available in the public record. To the extent that pending of settled criminal matters or crimes as possible crimes are discussed in this video presentation, all parties of defenders are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court of law. To the extent any pending as matter discussed in this video presentation, all parties or defendants are presumed not liable unless proven liable in a court of law. The materials in this video presentation are copyrighted and therefore copying, reproduced, or distribution. Okay, so
At Stem
I don't know if I
School
get
in
copyright
Douglas
strike,
County,
then
Colorado. The
um
following report is based on police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that while the following footage is intense, it does not show anyone being physically harmed or injured.
okay.
The horror began almost at the end of the school day, just after 1:50 p.m. Countless additional calls to emergency services began to pour in. With each one, the situation appeared more dire.
BTW, how does a school shooter even start? How do they? I'm looking at chat like expecting like someone's gonna say something. But I don't know. I don't know. When I'm streaming, I just wish I had my own apartment. And I always wonder why I always have one viewer on Twitch, no matter what. It just stays at one view. I'm pretty sure it's a bot. It has to be a bot. I don't know. It's freaking weird, but maybe it's not because nobody even says anything in Twitch anymore. But I don't know.
Where is the shooter? Room 107. Is it just a single shooter? Is it one person? No. As far as I know, but I don't know. Is the shooter down or is the shooter still shooting? What? We have shooter shot. Yes.
Every second counted. Officers from the police department, sheriff's department, and the closest SWAT team all deployed in force and raced for the school. Some of them didn't even have time to don protective gear, but rushed onwards all the same.
No access. Let's bust the window. Here.
God, bro. I can't. Bro, I can't, dude. So they're trying to break the door.
Elsewhere, another group of law enforcement officials forced entry through a different door and were about to get a nasty surprise.
Uh-oh.
Let's go. Go. You up first, bro. I got it. Shield first.
Shield. Ooh, okay.
You're on the
Holy crap, dude.
Despite 2 bullets narrowly missing the first responders, they didn't
Ooh.
return fire, a decision that would later be proven wise.
That's security. Is it security? Security. Where's the bag? Where's that? Where's that? Project the room. He's in the English room behind you. The first one on the right. First one on the right. Over here. First one on the right. Over there. He had the gun. It's all behind my back. He's cuffed right there. Which one? Right there. The one cuff. This one? Yes.
Hold up. I gotta check something real quick. Is this members only? Is this with members or? Okay, bro. Once they start talking, I'll do something, but.
How many do we think we have? 2. This is one of them? I don't know. He's the one I thrown out. He had a gun in his hand. He's thrown out. He's got him. Pat him down now. You better start talking. How many other people are in here? Roll over.
God, dude.
If the scene in the hall
Okay.
was a nightmare, what was happening inside the classrooms was even worse. More than 1,000 students, from kindergartners all the way to 12th graders, were trapped, terrified, and in mortal danger. Some of
Jeez.
them took the chance to film what they may have thought would be their last moments alive. When law enforcement enters the first classroom, the horrific scene they found was something straight out of a
Mm.
movie.
Oh my God, dude. That's wild.
We need to send up a war zone. Hey, let's pick him up. Let's do a good carry. Let's do a good carry.
God, bro, that sucks.
It's gonna be tough. Sit him up. Sit him up. All right, you get that arm. I got this.
Hold up. Just making sure.
Where's the other sheriff? Somebody covering us? Let's go, bro. No, pick him up. Pick him up. Hey.
Elsewhere, as police urgently secured the first suspect, it quickly became clear that something was off. The suspect's behavior would only become stranger as the interaction continued.
Roll over.
That's the mag, I think.
Got anything else on you? Just my phones. Just your phones? Nothing else. What?
Been exposed.
Been exposed to what?
To what? My friends and my crushes. They were here.
You what?
I'm dressed.
It's also Jude and Thomas. Mainly me, because I'm the only one in this room.
Bro, what the heck?
That's not the button I want to do.
Jack and Jackie.
Hi guys.
What is that text on your screen? I cannot see that.
Oh, it's chat is disabled for this live stream.
What? No!
I can fix that. Hold on. I'm gonna stay like this. Copy. Properties.
I think it was $2.
There we go. Oh, thank you. Big old red one.
Big old red one.
That's me. That's what they called me. Goon Minecraft. Goon on camera. I'm good. Actually.
Y'all thought we were stupid for starting a Minecraft server right now. And by y'all, I
How
mean
dare you disable chat?
4 people that we know. I don't know. Anyway, you all thought we were dumb, but you didn't think about the fact.
Thank you.
We're also
Aaron?
stupid.
Yeah.
You like spam?
And we're
Yeah.
dumb. So it was a trifecta because of both of those things.
Yeah.
That's how a trifecta works. Thank you for $5.
Brendan, Jude, and Tombus are back. Yeesh.
That's Tom Bass.
Yeah, Tombus. It's like a rhombus.
Brent, don't you dare join this world until you're live.
I am waiting until we are ready.
So,
Let me
don't
know.
spoil.
I'm gonna do this instead, guys.
Don't spoil too much of the movie, chat. I know y'all are going crazy with the quotes. I'm not gonna watch it. Until
Have I ever edited a video for the channel?
La 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 la, chicken.
But anyway, I'm not going to watch the Minecraft movie until we make the video for it because I think it'll be better that way. So please do your best not to just type the entire movie in chat right now.
I love crushing loaf.
Entire script in there.
They basically do.
Hold on, let's
Josiah doesn't like streaming. It's fine for me.
For every super chat, I will eat one Cheez-It.
Brent, I'm
Every
pretty
dollar
sure.
in the super chat. That one.
Nope.
No.
Come on, bro.
You suck, Tom.
Sorry, this will take a few seconds.
You're good.
Where is it?
Alright.
Eat the mic. Eat the mic.
Watch Planes 2 for dry Popeyes biscuit. Let's go. I'm a Cane's guy. I am deeply in love with Raising Cane's.
Alright, guys. Super chat goal is up.
Oh, it's just a super chat goal.
Consume cheese. I put cheese-ot. Alright, whatever. I will consume cheese-ot.
Think of
See,
it
that's
$3.
$3. That's 3 cheese-ots. Oh, and then 2 more. Hold on. 2 more. Thank you. Please.
Raising
cheese it.
Cane's or
Ew.
Raising Cane's or Popeyes? It's Raising Cane's.
Oh, 2 more. Oh God.
Thank you for
Oh
the $2.
no.
Thank you for the 10.
Okay, so that's what, 14?
Thank you for the 2. I don't know, something like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 more.
Watch it for a free Caniac combo. I'll take a free Caniac combo.
5.
Bryn, do you hear that?
I sure did. 6.
We're getting
7.
offered free Caniac combos. Hey, forgive me for not knowing a lot about modern Minecraft, but when did they add maces to the game?
Come on, bro. Eat the mic.
It's a brand new item. I don't know when it's added. I think you have to complete the game to get to do it. Stream. Bren, what you doing?
I'm eating cheese.
Yeah? How do they taste?
Really good. All 14 of them I just had to eat.
So guys, today's stream you guys can show Jude and Bren your different builds, and then we're going to do kind of a obstacle course.
Dope MW
Punish Brendan and
SMP
then
S
do as well.
SMP.
Take part. And then
Yeah,
we're gonna
I'm gonna
do
stream
a final
stream this instead.
event in the second half of the stream, which will be of help build, so that's awesome.
So if y'all didn't know, we were supposed to do this last Thursday. It was my 3-year anniversary, so I was busy. So I had Thomas ask you guys how to punish me for not being here Thursday. So I'm about to find out what that is.
The maze came in 1.21.
And that's why we're here Monday instead. You got some Cheez-Its in your teeth? Trust me, I'm going to. You're gonna feel it.
Mace came in.
Thank you for the 3 Cheez-Its. I like Cheez-Its. Collab with spilling the milk. Yeah, I haven't heard about them in forever. Dude, you look just exactly.
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Look at me.
Hold on. Oh, look at that man. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That
Look at me.
beautiful man. Filet with queso. I would love to do that, and also thank you for $2.
Queso's a legend.
He is. I love him.
He's so funny.
There's something behind you.
Chicken
That's me.
jerky. Hi everyone. I'm in my bedroom in front of a vanity mirror, so
Yeah.
this is not my office. I promise I didn't change offices
He
again.
looks whiter than usual.
It's because I'm in front of a vanity mirror.
Yeah. There you go. Also, I apologize for being so like red and sweaty. I'm
Where is it?
right now.
Show up.
You look like Steve Jobs. That's what you look like right now.
Will you ever drink the Among Us Imposter Potion?
With hair.
You see it? Will you ever drink the Among Us Imposter Potion? Read it. Read it. It's right there. Oh. Will you ever drink the Among Us Imposter Potion?
Anymore.
I know. I'm looking at the game now.
He's running it up, I think.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to get stuff set up here. Pop out. Why are you so large? Stop being large and or in charge. All right, there we go. What is that?
What is that? What is that noise?
What is what noise?
That's someone's player, yeah.
Will you ever drink the Among Us Imposter Potion at 3 a.m.? It's right there, bro.
Face water boy. Watch Cool Cat saves the kids, please. Thank you, Cat, for the $2. Here's your 2 Cheez-Its.
It's right there, bro. Please.
Alright, you said we don't need mods or anything, right?
No mods. You can
Just
join vanilla or
1.21.
Optifine or whatever you want.
It needs to be 1.21 though.
0.1,
121.1.
0.4, 1.21. At least for now, as we figure things out.
1.21.
You should be able to
what?
migrate the world just 1.21
Yeah.
flat.
Like 0.0?
It's just point. It's just
It's
point
just
21.
0.21, yeah.
Mine has
It was
other
the first-
points.
Keep scrolling. You'll find it.
Stop! Anyways.
You'll find it.
Wait, what? Huh?
Chat make fun of him.
You can't make fun of me because I don't know what we're talking about.
The version of Minecraft 1.21.
Yeah, I'm just gonna react to this
Not
instead.
messing with you. That's literally
I
what
know.
it is.
I'm in the Minecraft launcher, that's why.
Yeah, you have to
Wait,
go add an
okay.
installation.
Does that count as $1? Or $9.99? Started
Oh
up
my
my.
God.
I just started up my chainsaw, I guess.
What's happening here?
Somebody just launched like 1 million fireworks.
Yeah.
I forgot the milk at the store. Oh, come on.
Don't crash the server. We don't. Please.
At least you came back.
I got you.
You may not have the milk, but you're here, so. Alright, am I using Modern still? I'm confused.
Modern.
Just go
I use
under and
Modern.
do a new installation.
That's what I use. I use Modern.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
and
what
then
I
you
want.
can
That's
find
what I
one.
Watch Sharknado 2.
Guys, I'm stupid. It's okay. Watch Sharknado 2. I would be so down for that. Okay. Java edition, new installation.
I think I see Bren's punishment, and it's cracking me up.
We haven't even started his punishment yet. It's already punishing him. He's trying to install Minecraft. Yeah, his punishment's up here, Judy.
Oh,
Waterboy. Ooh.
So this would be punishment.
Wait, let me see where you are.
1.21. I'll name it 1.21.
Where are you? Oh yeah, it's this. I think someone built this one. Yeah.
Install.
The big one's up here. But
There's a bigger.
Okay. I am.
this one's even worse. I couldn't
am
even
installing
complete
it.
this one. I struggled.
Watch the Dogman movie.
This is literally the same thing as the video we made
Yeah.
in that one game.
Cowabunga, I love Waterboy. Waterboy's such a good movie.
Yo, he watched it.
It's one of the very few Adam Sandler movies I actually like.
I'm not getting like 20 FPS. What is going on?
Do you wipe or or let it crust.
Oh.
A normal human being. Take that as you will.
He takes a garden hose and he just freaking gets in there, you know.
That would be funny.
Here he goes.
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa.
what a move.
My entire screen just turned off. There we go.
That was the bit I don't understand.
Ah, okay.
Alright.
Huh?
That's clever.
Alright, guys. I am joining the server.
Okay, that doesn't work. I tried. Alright, Bren. Are you live? So I'm gonna come down and meet you.
Why do you have my head?
Who? Where are you?
Hold
Where are
on.
you?
I'm
Hold on, I'll
down in the
TP.
cave that me and Jared were in the other day.
Oh,
Let me clear out my... Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright, guys. Let me move over to the game. Hold on. Chat can't see the game yet. There we go. Now you should be able to see it once it decides to load. There we go. Alright, what?
I
Okay.
would, before you go, Ben, I would pop all your stuff you don't need in the chest.
Yeah, my inventory's
Pop
full.
Oh, wait. So it's just them playing Minecraft.
Oh, the disc. Oh, whoever's playing the disc, turn it off.
Yeah, C418. Oh no, that one isn't copyrighted, is it? It's only
No.
Fake Step. It's like dead. I am about to
Alright.
die.
let's.
Like actively.
Do you have all your stuff?
I don't have anything. I'm at
No, I
three.
mean,
I'm at 3.5.
It's all put
though.
away.
Oh, there.
I'll give you the XP levels back.
I was literally level 2. It's whoa. Holy
That's
crap!
fun.
That's what I was saying.
God, that was so loud.
Okay. So yeah, it's
If
just
you
with
look
members.
above you, somebody actually made the Tower of Babel.
What? Oh my god, it goes so high.
It goes all the way to the limit. It's insane.
I have frames somewhere. Is everyone me?
A lot of us.
How to join server.
How did you even manage that?
I got gifted your head.
How?
I don't know.
Someone
What
gave
does
it to
that
me as well.
mean?
I don't know.
How did someone get my head? That's insane. Oh, thank God I did switch it. Oh.
I'll take your head off my player.
Oh, okay.
What did I just give you, Bren?
There we go. Now I'm not
Ew.
me. But everyone else is. Yeah, I don't like that. Go away.
Alright.
Well, here we are. You guys
Alright,
can.
so, hold on. Hold on. What is that? Is that the Jesus statue?
No.
No. This one. What is it called?
You want to go and create it? Oh.
It's made out of dirt.
I don't have that is literally just the Jesus statue. That is insane how huge that is.
Yeah, I'll just TP.
Who
you
did
to
that?
Bro, what are these usernames, bro?
Oh, okay. So you can just give things my head. That's insane. Oh, I love the M on what used to be the bridge. Yeah, Christ the Redeemer. That's what it is. Yeah. What is happening right now? Oh, there we go.
There you go. Oh, silly thing.
We had like 2 songs going at once. That was the worst.
Sorry.
Alright,
server. You have to be
Alright.
you have to be a member.
okay.
I've returned.
Well, I guess we're going back to the video then. I just closed it. That's disappointing, but let's get back to the video, shall we? Dang.
Just your phones?
Alright.
Nothing else.
It's,
We know we're working on it.
What the officers don't know yet is that they've only scratched the surface. There's still another shooter lurking inside the school.
alright.
The victim was identified by his classmates as Kendrick. He had been shot twice, but getting him to safety and emergency medical personnel turned out to be easier said than done.
Jeez.
Put the legs down. Get the upper body up. Upper body up now.
Jeez, bro.
God damn it. Fine, lift. No, drag. It's not how we hit. Here, it's not going anywhere. Put the legs down now. Get his upper body up. Carry him like he's been taught. Come on, bro.
Jeez, dude. That sucks. That actually sucks.
As the race to save Kendrick's life continued, the officer guarding the suspect turned to the two witnesses in the hall for further information.
How many victims do you think we have? Did you see? I know. As soon as I grabbed him, that's when I saw you guys come in, I dropped my gun.
Why do they even shoot the school, in my opinion? Why would they do that?
I shot one round and I realized. Did you hit anybody? No, I realized it was one of your guys and I dropped my gun. I got you.
That's right. The security guard had been the one to fire at police. In addition to the chaos at the school, more frantic calls were coming in, not only from students and teachers, but now parents who had heard about the situation.
My son was at STEM Academy and he just texted me that there were gunshots in his school and he's really scared and he told me to call the cops. Okay, do not go to the school. Okay? There's a lot of police activity. You need to stay away from the school. This is true. Ma'am, you need to stay away from the school, okay? Okay, all right.
Not all of the parents got the message, though, and began to show up to the still active scene.
Okay. Mom, my school is being shot at. Can you come and help me? Okay. Make sure it's showing out of the doorway. It's more over this way. Hold on, let me check. I need to check, like, right now. I need to hurry up. Tab, I need to... Let me do this one first. Or wait. No. I'm gonna bring it down here. No, I can't. Where can I put this? Dude, I wish I had a freaking door. Like, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I can zoom in. Okay, that's better. That's a lot better. Let's bring it down a little bit. Okay, that's so much better. So I sit back a little bit more to the middle. Okay. I don't want to show my doorway though. 100%. Oh, we're good. Alright. Jeez, bro. Alright, let's go back to this. Alright. But yeah, by the way, why would you... Look. Why would you actually do that? I wouldn't... Oh my god, it's a school shooter and a whole bunch of cop activity. Might as well put myself in danger too. Like, bro. Look, I get you want to help your child, but I wouldn't do this. I would 100% not do this. I would, oh my god. I would let the cops handle it and hope to God my son is fine. Or daughter. I don't care.
Cars,
Dude.
get away. I don't care where you go. Just go away.
Closer to the school, other officers had finally succeeded in moving Kendrick outside,
Oh, that's good.
only to face a new problem.
I got a chest. Medic close? Do we have any medics? No, I got a chest seal right here. He's right here. We gotta start treating him on our own. I need a medic! We medic! Now!
While tensions run
God,
high in this
dude.
life and death situation,
So they're not even
officers still
there.
have to wrangle to find the second shooter. In situations like these, paramedics usually do not enter the scene immediately for their own safety. SWAT medics usually make contact faster, but at this time, they were still on the way.
What?
Okay, ready? Hold on. You guys go one at a
Bro,
time.
I can tell he's about
We
to
need to
pass
get him
out.
released into recovery. There's not much else we can do for him without fire. Let's get him on the side this way.
Inside, another group of officers came across a second victim.
Mm,
Thankfully, this injured student was still conscious.
that's good. That's good.
Just breathe, okay? Ready? Okay, guys, so we got a scene
Oh
here.
my God, guys, it's just like Call of Duty. Nah, I'm playing.
Armed escort. We're coming out. We got you. Where's the medic? Medics. Left.
The second victim was not the only thing police found. A boy with purple hair, matching the description of the second shooter, turned up in one of the classrooms.
All right.
We just got one in here.
What is your name?
Devin Erickson.
Who?
Devin Erickson.
Evan Erickson?
Devin Erickson. With the DEVONERICKSON. Do you have him or somebody else? Because I know what he had on him.
What?
What?
He's transgender, so he's gonna have a binder on underneath, a black binder on.
This is Alex?
This is Alec. ALEC. Alec McKinley.
Evan was 18 years old, but at 16, Alec was still a minor. Speaking of Alec, out in the hall, police witnessed increasingly strange behavior.
Stop what?
They won't stop talking. Stop!
Are there only two of you?
Yes.
You're positive.
Yes. They're telling me to run.
What?
They're telling me to run. Put your foot on me.
You're not going anywhere, trust me. You move something, you're gonna get broken. You understand that? You stay right there.
Dude.
Police would learn more about what to make of this strange outburst later. In that moment, Alec provided the first clue in a series of increasingly harrowing items of evidence investigators would discover.
A pink iPhone 6S.
Yeah, what about it?
Charge it, and I have videos.
Videos of what?
Me making Devin do all this.
In the other room, Devin was telling police the exact same thing.
He was making me give him a bunch of stuff, and then it was me.
Okay.
I was just supposed to watch the door. Because it was the only way he was gonna let me live. I have proof.
So he was
My
forced?
house might be on fire as well. It's next to Thunder Ridge. He tried to light my mom's car on fire. There's animals in the house.
So was he forced?
It sent somebody to his house, too. What's that?
No, it is.
To his house.
He
You said
tried
they
to
tried
light my
to light
mom's
his house
car
on fire.
and my pets are in there.
I don't believe this for 1 second, bro. I don't believe this for 1 second.
We're gonna move these guys here in a minute. Just stand by. We're gonna move them out, okay?
Listen, I need to know any other people involved in this.
Any of the people involved? I don't think so, but there's a chest rig in my car, though, that he had. I don't know if he put anything in the pockets.
All right. Okay. You ready to go? Yeah.
Alec was also ready for transport.
We're ready? All right. Roll to me.
So, but still, he might get charged though. But I don't believe he was.
Sorry.
Yeah. Alright, let's continue the video, shall we?
Coming out. Coming out.
Alec and Devin might have gotten to leave, but for law enforcement and everyone else at the school, things were only just beginning. The rest of the school still needed to be cleared, and the students evacuated.
Police, open the door! Open the door! Has also been cleared. Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! I need key access to check the. Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Everyone, keep your hands up. You're okay. You guys are doing okay. Thank you, sir. Hands up. You're okay. Keep moving. Come with me. We're gonna look over that way. We're gonna look over this way. We're gonna go this way. One over there. Look over there. We're gonna go over there. See those guys waving over there? We're gonna go over there.
9 victims in total were identified. The uninjured students were evacuated to a nearby rec center to unite with their families. Officers would remain stationed at the school as well. Those on scene tried to make sense of the situation as they kept the scene secure.
Yes, dad had like purple hair, whatever. Probably playing the Joker role.
Devin, the suspect.
Oh, dude!
Probably playing the Joker role.
That's
Devin,
crazy, bro.
Hair continued to exhibit signs of distress as he arrived at the police station. He waited in an interrogation room while the police dealt with his companion Alec.
Oh,
Alec's
man.
arrival and interrogation did not go nearly as smoothly.
I'm kidding.
At only 16 years old, Alec's mother needed to be contacted before questioning could take place. But this was not the only issue.
Hey, a bullet just fell out of his pocket.
The bullet was collected, and Alec's hands were also placed in paper bags to preserve evidence like gunshot residue for crime scene technicians. After these tasks were complete, it wasn't long before Alec's mother, Morgan, was brought in.
Ooh. I would probably wanna.
Do you really? Do you know this?
Jeez, bro.
Has your name officially been changed to Alec? No. It's Maya? Okay. But I will call you Alec.
Because Alec was a minor, the detectives read the required Miranda rights to both Alec and Morgan. Alec remained willing to talk.
Do you agree to answer questions with me without a lawyer? Okay. Mom, you sign here saying that he's waiving his rights? Because he's going to talk to me without a lawyer present.
That's crazy.
So you also have a right. Mom can stay in, mom can leave.
The detectives gave Alec and Morgan a moment to talk things over and come to an agreement on how to proceed.
I have no
I'm failing on my classes. I'm gonna shoot at my school because of my teachers and put all my classmates in danger. Bro.
They eventually agreed that Alec would converse with the detectives alone, and Morgan signed off on Alec's waiver of rights before stepping out. A crime scene technician entered next to collect swabs of Alec's hands to test for gunshot residue and take booking photos.
Make sure someone watches my mom. Someone's with her.
According to police reports and what Alec later shared with the investigators, Alec's mother suffered from stress-induced seizures and other medical conditions. When the CSI technician had finished her work, the detectives returned to get to the heart of the matter.
Are you sure you're physically okay? Okay. And I just need to ask, is there one or two of you? Is there a third out there? No. That helped you? Yeah. So it's the two of you?
Several rooms over, Devin was also prepped for interrogation. However, the conversation police were about to have would not go anything like they expected.
You had your rights.
I know all my rights. I just want you guys to get them.
Okay. I'm going.
That's why I'm talking so much.
All right. How long have you known Alec for?
I've known Alec for really just this semester.
With Alec, the detectives began with a similar line of questioning.
Another thing. If you were being forced to do this, in my opinion, I would literally just tell somebody. First off, I would tell my parents. And that because I wouldn't tell anybody at school, not even a teacher, because then that would just, that'll be, get like escalate. But what I would do is I would tell my parents and tell them to call the police on this person. But that's what I would probably do if you were being forcefully. So I don't really think that they were actually they being forced to do it. I'm pretty sure they just did it willingly, in my opinion. Probably the same reason, I guess.
How was STEM been?
Probably the worst experience.
Tell me why.
Well, on top of being transgender, I got a lot of crap for that.
How long have you been there?
I came out to my friends in about 8th grade.
8th grade? Okay. Has the transition been smooth, or has it been rough, or what's been going on?
It's been
with
really
that?
hard.
Tell me why it's been really hard.
I just have to live with the fact that no one sees me for me, and
Huh?
I'll never be who I want to be.
Huh?
I'm not a boy, I'm not a girl, I'm just nothing. So I've been ready for this for a couple weeks now.
To shoot up a school for not figuring out your identity is wild. What are you doing?
Quick $162.
What? 160? Only 162?
For the for shoes.
Oh, the shoe. Oh!
He just sent me an offer.
Okay, sweet.
I'll send through cash.
And I texted Devin and I said, let's hang out, basically. And then I was talking to him about it, and he was like, why? Like, what's your motive? And I'm talking about how I know what people say about me. I'm not dumb. I gave them a reason to be scared because they need to.
Effing STEM kids, I swear to effing God.
Think about how what you really say can drive someone to do this.
Another thing, when you're being cyberbullied, why don't you just turn off the computer? Just turn off the computer. Like, I know it's not that easy, but if you don't turn off the computer, you're just seeking attention. That's what I do. I just try to end it, or just like, oh man, this person would not last 5 minutes in a COD lobby back in 2015. There's no way. No shot. No shot. But I don't really know.
Alec agreed to let the
Some
police
people are
download
just
data from the pink
easier on the
iPhone
break,
mentioned
so-
earlier, including social media apps. The most information was found on Snapchat and told investigators that there was much more to the case than first met
Look at
the
this
eye.
Sigma.
Devin's electronics and social media were also under the microscope, but the most obvious red flags were found on Alec's accounts.
I'm not saying no because of that.
When I go to jail, can you keep my streaks?
Don't you just love it when you're having a wonderful day and depression comes just you in the
Then take the trash out.
This was just the tip of the iceberg in regards to what investigators unearthed on Alec's electronics. Before doing a deep dive into Alec's social media, though, Devin continued to relay the events that took place that morning.
Going back to this morning, you didn't have to see Alec.
Yeah, barely.
When did you first see him?
My psychology class, and I told Miss Evil that I didn't have my backpack because he wanted me to lie about it so that I could leave, and then that's when I went to the house the first time. I met up with David as well.
Who's David?
He's been one of my friends since 6th grade.
David confirmed that he met up with Devin that morning around 8:30.
I was giving him hugs because of how happy I was feeling, that he was doing so good.
David stated that Devin used substances and had apparently been doing so with increasing frequency over the last semester.
And recently, it's just been getting worse. His drug use has been getting more significant, I want to say, in the past month.
David would have more insight to share later. However, it looks like Devin may not have been the only one with a substance abuse problem.
Do you know if he was on medications or anything?
He used to have them, but I think he was saying that his mom took them away.
Okay.
So he was on the cocaine, though.
Devin also shared that someone had spread an explicit rumor at STEM about Alec, which had been very upsetting. Still, Devin said he'd never expected Alec about Alec, which had been very upsetting. Still, Devin said he'd never expected Alec to take such horrific action. While speaking with detectives, Alec reported that life at home was just as tumultuous as it was at school. According to Alec and Morgan, Alec's father, Jose, was no longer in the picture, and currently 14 family members were all living under the same roof. Alec's mom, Morgan, consented to let police execute a search warrant on the family house. However,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
nothing was found in regards to the shooting. All the evidence, it seemed, would be found in the school and witness statements.
I'm sorry if I'm not totally clear-headed. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around his life's totally hosed now. Totally hosed.
In the interrogation room with Devin, he told police more about what led up to the violent outburst at STEM school.
Last night, he told me not to come to school tomorrow, and I saved it, and I wanted to save my friends because I have a lot of friends at that school. And then I saved that message. And then I was going to tell my friends it's saved on Snapchat on my phone, and I was going to tell my friends, and that's when he started threatening me. What else did he tell you? He told me that he was just super. He wanted to get revenge on a lot of people. He told me he was considering killing his mom and his siblings too, because he hates them. But he didn't do that. I kept telling him not to. And then he said he was going to kill me if I told anyone, and the only way I'd let him live is if he helped me.
Back with Alec, the police asked more about the planning process and Devin's role. If Devin was as innocent as he claimed, the detectives needed to understand why he had a firearm in his hands.
Had you guys talked about this last night? Yeah. He was saying something about a Snapchat text message conversation. Tell me about that.
Basically, we had come up with a code name for this, and we would joke about it all the time. Gamer vote is what we called it.
And specifically, what were you calling gamer vote? What was the code word?
Like a gun was our code word for, or gamer vote was our code word for a gun.
There was another code word Devin and Alec had too. The meaning behind it and the implications of its use would change everything.
It was like, are you down to, like, jokingly, I was like, are you down? And he was like, haha, that's funny. Like, haha, yeah. But really it was like, I wasn't kidding. And he, like, was ready to tell the office or someone what was going on. But I was like, you'd really do that to your best friend. Like, this is what best friends are for. Like, you're with me till the end. And this is the end.
I didn't think he was really going to do it. I never thought.
Did you get the money?
I'm getting more. I'm getting like more messages. Yeah. For $168, somebody shoot another texting me about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it quick, close to $200.
Okay. That's cool.
You should know about this. You ain't know nothing about this.
That's crazy.
Thought he could actually do that because
This is why I want my own apartment, bro.
He never seemed like that crazy. He didn't seem like evil. He just seemed sad and like lonely.
At school, I'm a completely different person. No one would ever have guessed this from me.
What kind of
I was diagnosed with Kool-Aid syndrome. Hold on, let me look this up on a separate tab. Yeah, let me look this up on a separate tab. Hold up. I'm gonna... Yeah, hold on. Yeah, let me... Okay. Huh? What? I wasn't diagnosed with... Oh, cool kid. I'm stupid. Guys, I'm turning dyslexic. Cool kid syndrome, but I just took Adderall. What is Adderall? Attention deficient hyper. Oh, just basically like keeps you just gives you basically the treatment. Oh yeah, you just take it when you have ADHD, when it helps you focus. That's kind of stupid, in my opinion. I look so stupid. Okay, let's go back to this.
I think it's a sham of. Because they were like sending your cash up in.
But what's it called? Yeah, that's okay. Just making sure I'm not muted. That's the reacting IDA just for Lego R2D2s. Link, please. Huh? For what? The reaction ID just for Lego R2D2 is that. Link, please. What do you mean? What do you mean? Bro, what? Huh? And bro said someone just disappeared, bro. What? That was 2 minutes ago. He said that the reaction ID. No, I don't. The reaction ID just for Lego R2D2 is, and just a whole bunch like have a thumbnail, I guess, and then link, please. Link for what? Oh, let's just get back to the video. But Adderall just helps you focus. I don't understand why I wasn't diagnosed. How does that make you a cool kid? In my opinion, how does that? Yo, I'm a cool kid because I can focus. That's hip. It's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Okay, that's weird. But, I'm just gonna delete that, right? Yeah. Because I don't really know what that was, like, at all. and I feel like it was unsafe, so I deleted that. But I don't know what you're asking for a link for, in my opinion. Just continue with the video.
I try to be friends with everyone. I'm a people pleaser, and I kind of let people walk all over me.
He's
Don't
kind of,
laugh at me.
he's kind of
Walk.
corny.
Pose. Got any penis enlargement pills?
Okay, bro.
As they continued investigating, police had to wonder what changed in Alex's approach. Morgan McKinney, Alex's mom, had her own theory.
Link, please. Why? Why? I need the StreamYard link, bro. Why do you need the StreamYard link, bro? Tell me who you are, and I'll let you win. If you're somebody I know, but if you're somebody I do not know, I am not letting you in, bro. I'm sorry.
Told my kid not to hang out with a certain somebody, and about 3 months ago, I told him to stop hanging out with the
Tyler McQuad, I have no idea. I have no idea, bro. But if I have no idea. Are you somebody from like Discord or somebody I know? Because if you're somebody that I don't know, then I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna let you in. No shot, bro. No shot.
Devin. Okay. I don't know if it's relevant at this time, but and just different, you know, and I was like, I just don't like the way he's rubbing off on you. And, you know, I was like, you need to focus on you right now.
Alex's Snapchat revealed the side of Devin that Morgan might have found concerning.
So this is Devin, I'm guessing. Yeah. So we just. Ew. What is bro doing, bro?
Just how much of a role Devin's influence played on the stim attack would
So
come
it's all
out in due
fake.
time.
So it's all fake
For
then.
now, though, Alec offered this
I'm just
explanation.
blaming him.
Really,
Just
there
out
was
of it.
like a breaking point last night with my siblings. They don't care. Like, no one cares. So I'm finally gonna give in to my thoughts, because what's the point of trying to protect everyone else?
What do you think about hurting family?
Only yesterday.
As Alec shared more about the triggering moment before taking the lead on the shooting, Devin's assistance in the horrid attack began to take shape.
Did something happen at school this week, or what help me understand what the big thing, the analogy you always hear, the straw that broke the camel's back. What was that?
This kid kept calling me by my biological name, and that's what made me lose it.
Devin agreed that Alec's mood had been noticeably different that morning.
Today was like when it really got scary. It was like a different person, kind of like seeing him that.
I don't know, bro.
It was like, okay, maybe Alec is like, yeah, Alec is really like going like crazy this time.
According to Alec, Devin's uncertainty had been a part of the plan all along.
What do you mean?
He's an idiot. He's a complete idiot. So basically anything I say, he would be like, okay, because I'm his best friend.
Forensic research has found that in cases where there's more than one perpetrator, there's always an alpha figure to execute the plan. While there can be multiple submissive characters, there's only one dominant personality. Devin's guidance counselor, Ms. Wright, had also shared some insight on the subject with the police.
Alec is weird. He gravitates to vulnerable people. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Devin's very vulnerable. Was Alec bullied in any ways? I feel that Alec is a bully.
This would require a lot more investigation.
Okay.
But for the time being, the detectives prioritized establishing a timeline of events from both Devin's and Alec's perspectives.
Originally, I was gonna figure out a way for someone to buy me a gun.
Bro,
but
what?
No one would. And then Devin and I had a conversation where he was like, yeah, my parents have like a couple guns in their house.
In the other room, Devin continued his harrowing version of that morning's events.
I left school, went back to my house. Then as I was about to go inside, I opened the garage, and then Alec messaged me again.
Okay. Why were you going back to your house?
I was going back to my house because I was going to call the police. That's when I picked him up, and then we went back to my house, and that's when he kind of seemed a little off. And then we went into my basement. And that was when he pulled out the cocaine the first time. And I told him, I was like, I'm not down with this. Like, you're going kind of too far, and you're like scaring me a little bit. And I was like, I don't want you to hurt anybody at school or anything like that. I really think you need help. And that was when he started really threatening me.
That's wild, bro.
Not the first time.
What did he do with the cocaine?
He did one line of it, and then we went upstairs.
According to Alec, things only escalated.
That's wild, bro.
You said you broke into his house?
I didn't break into his house. I like trashed it.
How did you trash?
Just like
I
destroyed
went
everything.
through looking for the key to the safe originally, and I trashed looking for it.
He knows from other times I've told him that my dad had 4 guns in the safe up in my mom's room, but it was locked and I didn't know where the keys were.
That
So
morning,
that's
though,
what
the
he-
lack of
okay.
keys was little more than a speed bump.
And then I led him to the safe, and that's when he hit it a few times and then told me to pull it out and made me pull it out.
What did he hit it with?
The axe he got in my garage.
I was just like holding it up, and I was like, "Do it."
Okay. And what happened after that?
He just kept crying and opening the safe.
Okay, so he was forced then.
He had to help me pry it open.
He was
According
forced.
to the
That
videos
sucks,
found on
bro.
Alec's phone, this appeared to be the truth.
Open it! Open it.
Trying.
Additionally, when searching Devin's house, police found the scene just like it was
God, bro.
described. However, they still suspected something wasn't quite right
Oh,
about
he left.
Devin's
Okay.
story.
Yeah, the guy left.
He hit open the gun safe with the axe a bunch of times, tried with the crowbar, and that's how he pried open the door without the key. It like popped out. He was making me help him so he didn't get too tired, because he didn't want me to be able to run away.
Oh,
He was wearing
bro.
the
Okay, yeah, he was
uniform.
being
He just
forced.
kept telling me to, and I told him like, I just can't anymore. And so he grabbed the crowbar and pried it open and just like broke it. Basically, it's just like bent a bunch.
What were you writing on the walls?
The voices win.
The voices win?
Yeah.
And where did you write?
And by the way, bro wasn't diagnosed with schizophrenia, by the way. Bro was not diagnosed with schizophrenia. So there's no voices whatsoever. It was probably the stuff that bro was taking. That's probably how bro got the voices, I guess, but that's freaking wild, bro.
In his mom's closet.
More about these mysterious voices and the nature of the writing would be investigated in due time.
Bro thinks it's a
Back
Death
to Devin,
Fish
he
reference.
told police everything he and Alec
No, I'm
took
kidding.
out of the safe.
And he got all the guns in his backpack, and then he told me to follow him, which is when he recorded the video of me making me do the cocaine because he was holding the gun in my head.
No.
I'm sorry.
Had you ever done cocaine prior to that?
No.
No, I couldn't do all of it because it was like freaking me out too much.
Who loaded the guns?
Alec loaded all the guns, yeah.
So all the guns were unloaded when you
Yeah, he made me hand him the ammo because he grabbed all the guns and then he loaded all the guns.
How is
I had
Ben
to
not
help
coming in
him
here right now?
carry some stuff, but I carried the ammo and then I didn't touch the guns until he made me put them in the guitar case because he wanted it to be inconspicuous.
In the other room, Alec admitted to vandalizing Devin's mom's car and explained more about the reason.
So.
Why are you
said
in-
Mom's car on fire. Is Mom's car on fire? Tell me about that.
Bro, why are you in my StreamYard, dude? Why are you in my StreamYard? I'm kind of scared now, I'm not gonna lie. Bro, I am not adding you in here. No shot. I said no like several times, and I am not letting you in. Bro. There's only a specific name that you need to tell me to, like a Discord name. Like, what's your Discord name on Discord? Or a YouTube name or something. Tell me something like that, and if it's recognizable, I'll let you in. I'll be left. Dude. That's freaking wild. You need to ask permission in order to get in. Yeah. I would have just banned you right now. I would have just banned you from my StreamYard. But I'm not going to do that because you might be Queezers or William, one of those two. But please don't do that. Actually, please. You're just wasting your time, bro. Like, actually, come on.
He spray painted it, and then I put gasoline all over it, and then he lit it on fire.
When searching Devin's house, the police had seen this for themselves. The side of the car was tagged with the number 666, a pentagram, and the phrase society.
Crazy.
The interior showed evidence of burning, but the fire had apparently gone out before the conflagration spread.
That's good.
In a story full of disturbing details, what Alex said next was perhaps the most hair-raising fact so far.
How did you guys get into school when you got there?
Oh, we just walked in.
So tell me when you get to Miss Harper's room, what happens?
I lie and say, I need to talk to this kid, when really I didn't want to go to the room. And basically, my aunt was in there for what reason, I don't know. And I was like, you need to leave.
Grace, Alex's aunt, who goes to the same school, spoke with police too and shared her memories of the interaction.
He said that Devin was kind of upset and he thought he was going to get in a fight with our friend. He said he was going to calm Devin down.
Speaking of counselors, that morning, Devin's guidance counselor had been trying to track him down anyway. According to her, he was not on track to graduate in 3 days since he was failing all of his classes.
Do you think he knew what was going to happen?
I hope not, but I feel like that's a possibility, yeah.
Devin, meanwhile, tried to explain his plan.
I was still kind of trying to talk him out of it and get help, but my plan was to leave. And then I was going to go to the office and I was going to tell them anyways. Because I was just going to leave my suitcase, or not the suitcase, the guitar case in there that the suitcase can handle. I was just going to, I left it in there and I went to the office and told Miss Harper I was sick. And Mitchell walked me to the office because she told me to.
You wanted to go, why did you want to go to the office?
Because I wanted to see if I could just report him and get anything, but he threatened me. He said he was still gonna kill people, over the phone. He said he would kill me and everybody in the office.
Mitchell, another senior at
That's
STEM,
crazy.
had no idea what was about to happen,
That's
but
not
reportedly had problems with Alec.
Do you know Mitchell?
I
Maybe
never
not.
talked to him. I try not
Yes,
to
talk to
speak
Mitch.
with him. Basically, all I ever hear about him is how he hates me.
How do you hear that he's saying all this stuff?
Through Devin.
Okay. How is Devin hearing it?
Because that's all Mitchell talks about apparently.
When the police spoke with Mitchell directly, though, he did not mention having any issue with Alec. However, he did report an incident with Devin that took place a few months earlier.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Devin.
Plot
he was
thickens.
ignoring me. And then I said, is this Skinwalker dead or something like that? And then
What?
he turned around. Well, at least I'm gonna the loop away with me. And I'm not gonna lie, it thought I had crossed my mind that you would seem like kind of the person who would try to harm other students. Very sarcastic and generally kind of mean with his remarks.
Mitchell would have more to add to the investigation later.
So
For
maybe
now,
he's
the
not.
detectives
So maybe
continue
he's
to
not
question
faking it.
Devin.
I didn't tell Mitchell.
Maybe he is faking it.
I didn't tell Mitchell. You walked to the office. Because I didn't want him to like freak out about anything. I wanted to get to the office so I could tell an adult and get the security officer.
I need chapstick. My freaking lips are dry.
So you go back to the office. Then what?
They gave me some water and stuff because I said I was like feeling sick and dehydrated. Because I was like all sweaty and like freaked out from the cocaine because I just kept running trying to delay and get into Candy's mind. And then they gave me an ice pack and some water. I drank all the water with the ice pack on my head, and they left the room and closed the door, and that's when I checked my phone and saw this.
Devin hadn't been shy about expressing this exact concern to the officers on scene at the school, as he insisted that he only wanted to save everyone.
He came to the door outside of the office. He Snapchat messaged me that he was gonna rush the office and kill me and everyone in there. I didn't come back.
And I was like just super freaked out because I mean this is the worst thing I've ever been through. I can't remain calm but just doing that. I was just so freaked out and like shaky when I got there.
When you guys were walking down that hallway, did you guys talk about it? How did you guys decide what doors to go? Tell me about that.
I said you cover the other door, so we went through separate doors.
Devin picked up the story when he and Alec entered Miss Harper's room.
So you both enter at the same time?
I think so. And I set down the suitcase and I tried to get leave one more time, but seemed like he wasn't listening to me and he was pissed off, so I grabbed the suitcase and I was gonna leave, but then I saw Alec like look at me and like kind of like nod at me because he knew I was trying to leave, because I opened the door again and then I closed it and just opened the suitcase and told everybody to stay down, not move. And then I was just gonna run.
Alec, however, added a tiny detail that had the potential to change everything.
He picks up the guitar case, acts like he's gonna leave, tells Miss Harper that he's leaving, and then goes to the door and takes off the magnet slip so no one from the outside could get in.
The magnet was a standard security feature on all the doors at STEM school that were instituted as part of the lockdown protocol. If moved from their place, the strips would immediately lock the doors, securing everyone inside and locking out anyone who is outside the room. The police likely wondered why Devin hadn't addressed this tiny detail if he was an unwilling participant, but they would return to this later. In the course of the investigation, the police also spoke with Ms. Harper, the teacher in room 107 when the shooting took place.
Grabs the guitar case, kind of really loud, shuffling, just to the point now where it's getting weird. Like, I'm like, why are you being so loud, child? And I thought he was just being rude to his classmates. In front of the door, he drops the guitar case, blocking the door. That's when I saw him pull the gun.
Back with Devin, the police tried to clarify more details.
Who pulled out a gun first?
Alec was pulling it out, and that's when I pulled mine out and told everyone not to move because I saw Alec reach for it because that was what he told me he was going to do.
Devin said, nobody move. And then that's when everyone started freaking out. And that's when like everything goes blurry. I still can't comprehend the fact that I did that. And like I still can't comprehend what I did.
A video from Snapchat hinted that this might not have been an entirely foreign feeling for Alec.
I feel like this isn't real.
What was Devin doing this? Could you see or hear him?
No, there was like a crowd of people jumping towards him, trying to get the gun away from Devin. And there was the other half of the class was coming towards me. And so that's when I was like shooting aimlessly.
Kendrick and Brendan both at the same time just rushed against me, and they tackled me and hit me.
Oh, dude.
The gun I was holding went off.
So that's where they got shot. Is they were trying to protect the class, but W Sigma's right there. W Sigma's. Shout out to them, bro. Shout out to them.
Kendrick or Brendan when they came at you? I told Kendrick and Brendan when they were rushing me, I started to yell no. And I was like trying to throw it down, and that's when I threw it down. And I was like, Brendan, no, I'm serious. Here's the gun. Like, there's another gun in there. Alec has 2 guns. He has a Beretta and the revolver, and he's trying to kill everyone.
When the police talked to Brendan directly, he said that's not how his confrontation with Devin went at all.
At that moment, my brain went, this has to be a joke. But this was nanoseconds. I know it's nanoseconds because of how fast things went. Kendrick shot up, and by time Devin was at the board, I was up behind Devin delivering blows. During this confrontation, at the whiteboard where we were trying to move to the ground, I heard 1 or 2 shots, 1 or 2. During the wrestle, during the initial, when he brandished the weapon, he had maybe fired, not too sure about that, but Josh was still was doing what he needed to do. As Devin laid on the ground and his hand was coming near, he attempted to twist the pistol back towards my and Josh's head and my head. When I saw this happening, I delivered as many blows as I could to the arm and was able to peel his fingers away from the grip of the handgun.
Okay,
At
so
that point, he started apologizing. He immediately stopped resisting.
Devin, on the other hand, said he never resisted at all.
And I willingly just let Brendan grab the gun and take it, and I immediately told him where all the other guns were, that Alex had a gun, what his name was. I told everybody where my stuff was, where everything was.
in my opinion, I don't really believe in him because
I
he's
couldn't
just.
see anything because Josh and Brendan held me down. And then Brendan got all the guns, gathered them, and then I don't know what happened after. I was just laying on the ground telling people information so I could get out. I thought I heard more gunshots. I just heard a lot of yelling and screaming. I was just so in shock and freaked out. My ears were ringing from the gunshot because it was really close to me because he tackled me, and that's why I just laid down.
Alec offered an alternate perspective on the chaos that followed the initial gunshots.
I don't remember who shot first, but I started freaking out because I still couldn't comprehend what I was doing. And I just started shooting randomly.
Shooting randomly at people in the air, in the building,
Just
or
in the
what?
air.
In the air. Tell me how you were. Can you show how you were shooting?
I was just kind of like that.
Okay. And you were moving your hand. As you were moving your hand, were you pulling the trigger?
Yeah.
Ms. Harper, though, didn't seem to think that Alec's aim was random.
Alec, I believe, had shot at me. I had a bullet casing burn here. I tripped back and fell into the bookcase. And I fell down to the floor. I thought for a moment that Alec was standing over me to make sure I was dead. And so for a few seconds, I played dead.
How many shots do you think you fired?
12.
How do you know that?
Full mag,
Because that's how many
maybe.
rounds was in the gun, and then it stopped.
Yeah. Full
Alec
mag, full
exited
mag.
the classroom, intending
Bro
to
just
get the
like
second
bro did
gun.
not
However,
empty
the
a mag
students of
out
107
randomly.
were
There's no
having
way,
it.
So
obviously.
you said that a kid tackled. He was hitting on you, or he was hitting you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Tell me about that.
This was after I started shooting, and he went onto Miss Harper's desk and jumped on me, and I tried to get out into the hallway, and then he started banging my head against the floor, and then I bit him to get him off me, and that's when Miss Harper shoved him away and got on top of me.
I had Alec in my hands, and I was terrified that I didn't know all of a sudden if Alec, part of me was like, am I gonna break this kid's neck? And I'm like, is this a shooter? Is this an innocent kid that got the gun? I don't know. Let go. So I let go. Everybody was getting out of class and screaming. I started screaming down the hallways, lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. And my only goal was to get the rest of the school on lockdown.
She succeeded. Ms. Harper and several students made it to the office, where the lockdown alarm was activated throughout all of STEM school, saving countless lives. From there, she also called 911 and reported that 2 of the students who made it out with her had gunshot wounds.
I didn't know how many there were, so I wanted everybody on lockdown so we'd be safe. I didn't want anybody wandering the hallways if they were there.
jeez, bro.
Yet I don't want to see it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
While Ms. Harper tried to come to terms with what she'd lived through, Alec explained what happened after getting tackled.
And then that's when the teacher showed up and he was in awe and he took the gun and then put it on the floor because some kid got shot. I don't think he knew I was the one who had the gun. I think he just thought I was a kid who found the gun and was freaking out.
The teacher in question was the school IT worker, Mr. Pritchard, whose office was just across the hall from room 107. Alec was right. Mr. Pritchard had no idea that Alec was one of the shooters.
He gave it to me very easily. And so in my mind, he wasn't involved. So as I was walking into the classroom, Brandon's walking towards me with a semi-automatic pistol in his hand, and he's holding it by the barrel with the handle out towards me. And he walks up to me and hands it to me, and I take it. So at that point, I have two pistols in my hands. I walk over and I see Kendrick lying at an angle towards the front wall of the classroom.
Unattended in the hall, Alec took advantage of the opportunity.
I went in, go to my backpack to get another gun because no one else knew I had that. And I was going to shoot myself. So I was starting to walk away, and the security guard comes up with a gun in his hands and tells me to put it down. And I'm basically like, okay. I put the gun down, and he kneed me to the ground, put his knees on me.
The security guard, Sam, who subdued Alec, realized that something was wrong while taking his break all the way across the building. As soon as he heard the words shooting and room 107, he started running, weapon drawn. Sam spoke with the police directly multiple times.
I'm asking Alec, hey, are you alone? Where's the other shooters? What's going on here? Alec's only response was, kill me now. I don't deserve to live. Things are getting louder. They're coming. I'm like, who? Where? Alec kept replying and saying those things to me. Just kill me now. They're getting louder. I see an AR rifle and someone in plain clothes coming through the hallway. I didn't hear a breach. I didn't hear police or any of that. And I yelled security. I fired around.
One of the bullets from the friendly fire injured someone in room 106. Back with Alec, the police asked about some specific details.
Do you know if you hit any kids?
My aim's not good, so I'm not sure if I hit any kids, but I know.
Oh, you did. Oh, you did, yeah.
Fired, and I don't know if it was me or him that hit this kid.
Do you know who that was?
I don't remember his name.
Is it a male?
Yeah.
Did you see what happened to that kid?
All I know is he was on the ground and I could hear him screaming.
Did you see if that hit anybody?
Kendrick.
Okay. Did you see that?
And I think Josh got hit, but I don't know if that was Alec or if it went through Kendrick, because I heard someone say exit wounds.
Oh,
From the witnesses revealed far more about
That's
who had been
wild.
injured. As soon as Brendan noticed that Kendrick was down, he rushed to his side, while Josh kept Devin down.
I came over, immediately started tapping him. Kendrick, stay with me, you all right, no response. His breathing was completely staggered, his eyes rolled back.
In the midst of all this chaos, Brendan managed to call 911.
So
Help
we just
was nearer
crawling.
than he expected, though, as he was aided immediately by Mr. Pritchard, who's a former Navy sailor.
And I'd
Big
asked
one right
Brandon
there, bro.
if
Shout
there
out
was
to
anything
him.
I could use to apply pressure to Kendrick's wound. He didn't find anything, so I just went ahead and started putting pressure with my hand. At that point, he was breathing. It was like he was almost kind of moaning with some spittle coming out of his lips. I see Josh laying on top of Devin, and I looked and I saw Josh had some blood marks on his legs, but it didn't look like they were growing, so I just figured, okay, he's okay for now.
Devin Erickson, while still on the ground being held down by Josh, was going, Alec made me do it, I'm sorry, it wasn't my fault, and then just threw an absolute fit of aggravation. I got up in his face and I screamed as loud as I could, shut the fuck up. where the Mr. Pritchard then responded with, "Please don't do that, keep your voice down." Devin then responded, "There's a jacket out in the hallway to put pressure on." The left doorway.
While Brendan went to get the jacket, Mr. Pritchard made a grim discovery.
I looked back over and Kendrick stopped breathing at that point.
No!
I was fearful that he had passed. You know, I tapped him on the cheek. "Hey, come on, stay with me." Checked for a pulse. I couldn't get one.
In the hallway, Brendan didn't find the jacket. Instead, he ran into the security guard and Alec.
And from the other end of the hallway, behind a little jut out for the size of the classroom, was a security guard. He was brandishing another Glock, and he told me to drop to the ground. I immediately did, and I yelled, "Two students have been shot. Two students have been shot. I do not have a gun. We have one of the shooters in there." He then told me to crawl to him, and that is when I noticed that he had the second shooter, Alec, in handcuffs, off to the right side of the hallway.
How long do you think that all took?
Oh, couldn't have been more than 2 minutes.
In addition to the carnage in the classroom, Alec's next comment made the situation even more hair-raising.
So when you saw these kids, especially Kendrick, go down, what was going on in your head? Was it, I'm going to continue shooting, or I'm going to help them, or was something else going on in your head?
Everything was quiet. Like, it's only quiet when, like, everything's, like, they're satisfied with what I'm doing. That's the only time they're quiet, is when I listen to them.
Alec's Aunt Grace said that Alec had previously reported hearing voices, but the family was unsure if this was true. As opposed to the silence in Alec's mind, Devin seemed
So
to
she
have
might be
experienced the
schizophrenic.
resulting chaos
Maybe that was
in a
the.
blur.
Maybe
He
that
only
was
seemed
the
to
thing
remember
that
bits
gets
and
to his
pieces of
they were
what came
schizophrenic.
next.
Then what happened? Well, I got handcuffed, obviously, because the people came in because Josh just held me down and I just let him.
Alright.
And he said he was hit, and I just
Quarter way done.
like him. Just wrap something around his leg and save himself. And just like, and I kept telling everyone about Alec and what he was wearing because I didn't want other people to get hurt. Because I knew he was just going to keep going, killing people. And now everyone's going to think I'm a monster.
By this point, police made entry into the school to attend to the wounded, rescue the students, and of course, detain Alec and Devin. Meanwhile, word was getting out about the calamity at STEM. Devin's friend David recalled the chilling moment he found out what was happening.
I got a message saying that there were 3 shooters and that one of them had purple hair, and immediately I just went like, Devin, it's gotta be Devin.
With all of these statements, the police now knew what had happened. The reason why, however, remained elusive.
So why were you planning to do this?
I feel like I was doing people a favor, like showing them the real world.
Feelings are temporary. Okay. Look. Oh my god. People are just. Oh my goodness, bro. By the way, my cousin Frank is literally the same way, but he gets into fights and stuff, but he's the same. Like, he's not like gay or anything, but he acts the same way. He doesn't say like he basically on his snap he does the same thing. Feelings are temporary. He does those things and like basically on his snap and Instagram he posts stuff about like smoking and things, like smoking his vape and then breathing the smoke back in. It's gross. I don't vape, by the way, obviously, but in my opinion, he wouldn't go this far. There's no way he would go this far. He gets into fights and stuff, but there's no way he would grab a gun and shoot up the freaking school. There's no way. Because, like, there's no way. There's no way he would do this, which is crazy. And people are actually... The fact that this can happen at MSA, like, the school that's, like, by our area is freaking crazy. Even, like, other schools. Like, I don't know, like other schools. It's absolutely insane. And there's also a PSA about this, or TSA, or yeah, PSA, yeah, about always observe your surroundings. I probably.
You didn't eat your food?
But I don't know. It's just crazy that people could actually have a thought about shooting up their school and getting revenge on the people they bullied. Yet, like, look, I was bullied in school too, but I just ignored it because there's literally something called you shouldn't care about other people's opinion, just like that. Like, you shouldn't take what people call you to heart because you got your friends. By the way, you got your friends that know you, like my friend Jordan. He's the GOAT. He's awesome. He's fire. Dude. He used to get bullied in school too, and I did too. And he's awesome, bro. I love Jordan so much, and he's one of my best friends that I've actually had in a long time. Shout out to Jordan. He's freaking awesome. But yeah, guys, please don't do this. Like, actually, please don't get the idea of doing any of this. Please. I would rather you just ignoring it or tell somebody or get as much therapy as possible because this is absolutely insane. And the fact that people have a couple of thoughts about doing this is actually wild too. So please do something other than this with your free time and saying that like making code words about you want to do something to your school or somebody about revenge. Don't do that. Do something else, please. Because this isn't sickening. I'm not even upset. This is just sad. This is just very upsetting, and this is just very sad. I'm sorry.
Basically,
But
showing people
still.
how I feel.
Was your intention to shoot people today?
Not really. I just wanted to.
Scare.
I wanted to shoot.
Wait. No, bro. Actually wanted to shoot. Bro just wanted to get revenge. I remember that. There's that. Yeah, bro wanted revenge from some of the people because bro got bullied and hated their schoolmates. Plus, she was about to, or he or whatever, bro. Yeah, they were about to kill their mom, dad, and siblings, but bro didn't. So there's no way bro was not. That's just an excuse. That's a complete lie. Obviously.
But I didn't necessarily want to kill anyone. I just want them to have something bad happen to them. I'm still like completely. I'm just in awe about how I let my thoughts get to me like this. How I thought I was in control, but I'm not. I was just thinking I'm just doing what everyone expected me to.
At what point did you know that Alec was going to hurt students or shoot the school? Or shoot anybody at the school?
Once I knew he was going to, when I saw the axe.
Bro's an imposter. This guy has to be an imposter.
Really pissed off at me with the cocaine and stuff, and they told me I better get back. I was like thinking I could still talk him out of it and convince him not to, that he was just probably going to do something stupid, because at first I thought he might just, but obviously not.
So when he had the axe, that's when you first thought that?
That's when I was like, okay, he's serious. He's gonna like hurt me if I don't cooperate with him.
Alex said that actually wasn't the case.
What was your intention if he didn't do the cocaine?
I really wasn't gonna do anything.
This wasn't the only discrepancy the police had noticed. They began to press Devin harder about some of their concerns, but his responses ended up raising more questions than they answered.
When
See, lies build up, bro.
You and asked you to pick him up at school.
Ooh.
You went back to the school, you picked him up. Did you ever see a weapon on him?
No, I was just really worried about him because I thought he might hurt himself too. But I was also a little bit scared because, like, you know, I know he has all those problems. I didn't know if he was going to snap or something.
Alec, though, said that Devin decided he was willing to go through with the attack on his own.
We weren't gonna go through with it, but then he was like, I'm back, and like, I'll do what you want me to. And I was like, okay.
Aside from when you made threats to him at home, like with the axe and all that stuff, did you say anything to him? Threatening or?
I was just, I don't know. He was just like okay with everything. I think he thought that I had a point. I think I actually got into his head, and he was listening to me.
On that note, the detectives began to wrap up Alec's interrogation.
I hope no one died today.
Tragically, there was one fatality at the STEM shooting. Kendrick, the first.
No! Oh, Kendrick. Oh my god. Dude, that sucks, dude. Bro. Bro. That sucks, dude. That actually sucks so bad. That is actually one of the saddest ways to go out. Or, no, not saddest, like the worst ways. But he ended up probably getting a Purple Heart, in my opinion, because he did pin someone down. So that sucks, dude. That sucks. Rest in peace, my guy, bro. That sucks. Rest in peace, bro. That sucks. That sucks, bro. I hope his family's doing okay. And this was 2 months later, not even, at least 3 months later. Still, that's 3 months without their child. That sucks. I really hope their family is doing okay and everything else, bro. That's awful.
Student to rush Devin had been shot twice and was pronounced dead shortly after the responding officers dragged him to safety.
Oh, he was right
Officers
there.
met with Kendrick's parents to answer what questions they could, and in the process learned more about what a hero Kendrick was. His parents described him as kind, outgoing, and a friend to everyone.
That's me right there, bro.
Surprised that he would do that. And immediately both of us were like, that doesn't surprise us. You're going to pull one kid out of there and it has to be mine, that has to have this happen. I just can't figure it out. We get to view him today. Since the last time I seen him alive, and I don't know if I'm ready for that.
The initial interrogation concluded
That sucks,
the
bro.
police would soon speak with Alec again and learn that there was still more to be uncovered.
That sucks.
Devin, on the other hand, stuck to his story and professed his innocence.
Did you ever try telling an adult at any point?
Yeah, that's when I went to the office to try and tell the adults, and then I was going to try and tell Miss Harper, but he was already in there.
After he loaded up guns and brought
Yes,
them
and he
to the
had
school?
them loaded up and brought to the school, because the thing was, once he made his plan clear and had the axe, I didn't have a way to go to anybody, because that was the last time we were at the house.
Did it ever cross your mind to tell an adult before that point?
No, because I had all these other reasons and all these things he was telling me, and I believed him because he's seeming like he was fine, and he told like he was fine, so I didn't think it was anything to worry about.
You didn't think it's anything to worry about when somebody tells you don't come to school tomorrow?
I thought he was still.
Yo, hold up, wait.
You didn't think it's
Seeming like he was telling me, and I believed him because he's seeming like he was fine.
But he wasn't really
And he
fine.
told, like,
Oh my god, do you...
He was fine, so I didn't think it was anything to worry about.
You didn't think it was any...
think
Wait,
it's anything to worry about when somebody
when somebody tells you don't come to school tomorrow?
tells you don't come to school tomorrow?
He
I thought
knew.
he was still like, he was just like still messing with me a little bit. All of us just joke about that stuff. It's just like teenage boys do that stuff.
Yo. you down? Like, shoot at my school? Are you down? Yeah. Okay. Okay, look. You don't do that. He just exposed himself, dude. The left cop right there, bro. Insane, bro. Like, thinking of, oh my goodness, bro. I don't know how people can become interrogators, dude. Like, for me, I'm a very forgetful person, and dude, that's wild.
Never thought you would do all that.
Yeah, he literally, oh my god.
You realize we were teenage boys.
Yeah, I know, but my parents.
Again, you don't joke about, like, doing a school shooting. You don't joke about that. You don't do that, especially in public or through Snapchat, through something public.
I just don't really understand that humor, so I just figured I'd say that. I'm sorry. Oh.
In talking to so many witnesses, it became clear that Devin was known for his dark humor. However, his friend David took it one step further.
I wouldn't call him violent, I don't think, right off of the bat, but he has sociopathic tendencies. He's a very cold person. He gets angry really fast, and he's very irrational. He would have like these bipolar bursts where he would just snap at us, tell us to off or whatever. And he really seemed to victimize himself as soon as any kind of blame was put on him. Very big liar. He's manipulative. I see Devin as a lost cause.
It's not your fault. There's nothing you could have done that prevented it, because you seem like a pretty nice guy. Devin made these decisions out of line, and this doesn't come down on you. Just keeping it in is going to be the worst thing for you. And you're going to have a lot of friends out there that are going through the same exact thing. So
Yeah, I know, bro.
Okay, check in on each other, and talk to mom.
That's
David
wild.
also shared that Devin had recently broken up with his girlfriend. Another Snapchat saved on Alex's account offered a potential explanation why.
Also, kind of, I pulled a knife on my girlfriend's dad. I've been going to
Devin was appearing more suspicious by the minute.
Dude.
But the question of his involvement wouldn't be
Yeah,
resolved.
plus the first thing here was completely false. In my opinion, if I was forced to do something, bro, I'll be bursting into, like, my face red, eyes red, snot going everywhere, just crying, like, oh my god, like, I didn't mean to do this. I was forced to do it. Dude, no. I wouldn't be like this guy. I wouldn't be like, I was forced. Like, dude. He's not even, okay.
For quite a
No.
while. For now,
There's
the
no way.
police were
I wouldn't-
unconvinced by his claims of innocence, and both
Like, there's
Devin
no
and
way.
Alec were taken to jail. While in the county jail, Devin kept busy with many phone calls, including this fraught interaction with his parents.
The only thing was today was like the Julia and like Dr. Tyndall thing was like they were prepping me for the state hospital visit thing, so it was really stressful because they were like doing like fake like.
Devin, let's not talk about that.
Dad, this is not about the case. We're allowed to talk about this. I don't know why you're so freaking touchy.
I just.
Hold on, I was listening. I wasn't listening.
Alec were taken to jail, convinced by his claims of innocence, and both Devin was by the
Oh, wait.
minute, but the question of his involvement wouldn't be resolved for quite a while. For now, the police were unconvinced by his claims of innocence, and both Devin and Alec were taken to jail.
Okay.
While in the county jail, Devin kept busy with many phone calls, including this fraught interaction with his parents.
The only thing was today was like the Julia and like Dr. Tyndall thing was like they were prepping me for the state hospital visit thing, so it was really stressful because they were like doing like fake like.
Devin, let's not talk about that.
Dad, this is not about the case. We're allowed to talk about this. I don't know why you're so freaking touchy.
I just always want to make sure we take the safe route. That's all.
Whatever.
So, anyways,
Let's talk about one freaking thing with you guys.
However, it wasn't just family members that Devin kept up with. It seems that somehow, despite being under lock and key, he began a romantic relationship with a girl named Melanie.
You're my baby.
You know, cinnamon apple.
But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows in that relationship either.
You told me that your love for me was a joke. I don't know why you call me if I make you so miserable.
Just 'cause it's just like fun to like make fun of you sometimes.
Can we get this guy out of here? Can we just get this guy out of here? Who? Okay, you know. I would never do this to somebody, in my opinion. I would never make fun of somebody, and I would never do this. I have nothing to say here. I have nothing to say. Yeah, I know, right? Alright, bro. Like, dude, what the heck? Another... Oh, crap, hold up. Another sleep stream? No, not right now. Hold on, I'm looking at chat right now, hold up. Would you drink the... Okay, bro. Bro, I'm not gonna get freaky on stream. Bro, I'm not falling for the Ligma joke. Get out of here. Nah, I'm just playing this one in my chat because you know why? Nobody watches my streams. All right, bro. Okay, let's continue. But still, though, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, you don't make fun of people. You don't do that. It's naughty. It's not nice.
Say bronchitis without stuttering.
Bronchitis.
You stuttered, so.
No, I didn't. You're taking advantage of me. You're using me for your entertainment. I thought I had a special place in your heart.
Yeah, you do. It's last.
Oh my.
Dump you for Peppa Pig if you don't shut up.
Oh my God, stop. There are tears on my face right now.
Why?
Because I don't want that to happen, and I'm so confused right now.
You're an idiot, dude.
Devin wasn't the only one who kept in touch with the outside world, though.
You're an idiot.
9 months after Alec and Devin were arrested, Alec reached out to detectives to share additional details about the case. When they got to talking, many of the sinister details the police had suspected all along were finally confirmed.
Oh.
The plan was, it was going to look like I was the one that was killing all these people, but it was Devin, but it was going to be pinned on me because he was going to shoot me in the head. He was going to come out like the hero in this situation. He was going to essentially stop me.
I called it. I called it.
For Devin. Because I felt like he was going through a lot of pain in life. I felt like he was going through a lot, and I wanted to help him.
What if you guys got caught?
We didn't think we'd get caught.
Or get arrested?
Another inconsistency between Alec's new statement and what Devin said in his interview on the day of the shooting emerged when the investigators came to the topic of the firearms.
Who loaded the guns?
Alec loaded the guns.
He did.
Why didn't you leave then?
Because he had me in the corner of the closet. I was backed up. There was no doors I could go to. He still had the guns and the ammo and the hatchet.
Devin briefly touched on this while talking with Melanie after he was arrested.
You put a gun to my head and you shoot up my school.
I'm sorry.
Wait, you're not Alex.
If Alec's new story was true, it threatened to undercut Devin's accusations entirely.
At any point as this is happening, was Devin trying to leave?
No.
Get out of closet at all?
No.
Even on the day of the shooting, the police noticed issues with Devin's story and didn't hesitate to call him out.
Why didn't you flee the house?
I was in the back of, so in this closet in my mom's room, there's only one door. He was on that side. The safe's laid down in the middle, and I'm on the other side of the safe. He told me to stay on that side.
Right. Well, what I don't understand is how is he loading the gun?
because he made me give him the bullets while still holding the hatchet because he grabbed the guns with his other hand. And then that's when he made me hand him the ammo. He told me to sit down, still holding the hatchet, put one bullet in and put it in the magazine and cocked it so there's one in the chamber he could aim at me.
Devin insisted he was innocent, but something else he said that day led the police to believe he was anything but.
And the only way I'd let him live is if he helped me.
It's possible that Devin just got tongue-tied, but
Ooh. The only way I let him live if he helped me.
it's possible that Devin just got tongue-tied, but police had to wonder if this was the truth slipping through accidentally.
So a lot of this to me sounds like self-preservation.
Then why do I have videos of him threatening me, and why do I have all the evidence
Because what he did is basically, I think, yeah, maybe it was reversed, but at the end of the video, I'm guessing she was charged probably a couple of, maybe at least 5 years in jail or prison. And this guy's probably gonna get life, or at least like maybe 10 to 15 years. One of those two. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't really know. But he's probably gonna get so he probably forced her to, or he forced them to record the video, or else he was going to kill them. Kill them. Or he's hold on. I can't speak. So basically, he forced Alec to record the videos, or else he was gonna kill him, kill him. And if he didn't do that, obviously, he was gonna kill him. So all the evidence is completely fake. He's the imposter. He's the imposter among us.
If you find his iPhone, you will see a video of me crying while he makes me do that.
He wasn't crying.
This kid gave me cocaine, and you're expecting me to think straight?
Okay, what?
Before you did cocaine.
I'm freaking the out, dude.
Again, Devin said something during one of his jail calls that made this defense even more questionable.
The cocaine made me aggressive.
I was like literally about to do shrooms one night, and then Alec sent me a picture of like want to come do cocaine, and I was like, sure.
Yeah, I'm so glad I started doing cocaine because that was great for me. Can't 10 years off my lifespan.
In fact, Devin claimed that his substance use history was
So
far more extensive than
Plus
he'd
he said
initially
he didn't.
let on.
Yeah. Plus he said no.
Smoked too much weed, and like I permanently did that to my brain.
I was high on cough medication like every day for like 4 months straight.
On another occasion, Devin said that Alec talked him through a particularly intense trip that included some very dangerous decisions.
And so basically Alec was like, I'm gonna stay on the call with you so you can talk to me through this. And so we fucking, like, he just like talked to me, and I drove all the way home.
9 months later, in Alec's second interview, Devin's so-called video evidence is brought into question in a discussion with the investigators.
The videos that you made at the house, that was... Tell me again why.
So it would all come together and plan that, I have proof in case he didn't come out there, I had proof that, or he had proof that I made him do it.
Okay.
Called it. The reverse technique. The reverse tactic.
Was he forced into this?
No, it was a mutual agreement.
Huh?
It took us a couple times, like 3 times to actually shoot this video.
Okay.
The first time, we were laughing and we couldn't get it like through the video, and then the second time it was like I just didn't think it was convincing enough, and the third time I was like, this is good.
So after the video is shot, are you still holding the gun to his head?
No.
Do you put it down and you guys are, buddy again?
No, I put the gun away. The gun was on safety the whole time.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna shoot him. He was talking about how he has 2 alter egos, two like split personalities out, and he was saying that one of them is like the pussy Devin, one of them's like the wimp Devin, and the other one's like has a god complex.
Huh?
So we were hugging, and I was saying goodbye to him. He said he was glad he met me, and he is sorry he's never gonna see me again.
During Devin's interview on the day of the shooting, the police had noticed yet another inconsistency.
So, How many times did you say you've been shooting?
Maybe like 4 times total.
Okay. So knowing that, how did Kendrick get shot?
Kendrick got shot because my finger was right there still. I was still grabbing it, my finger's right there. He bumps into me because they're rushing me and they're actually hitting the barrel end of the gun with their body and grabbing me.
Was your finger on the trigger?
Yes.
My finger was next to the trigger, but it
No.
wasn't going to hurt anybody.
No.
Tell everyone to stay in the
No, if it was next to it, you wouldn't have got shot though. That's a total lie right there.
So I tried to throw it down.
Cap.
What's going through my head was, should I kill myself to save these people? Do you mind if we take a break?
Absolutely. Do you need any water or anything? We'll step out that secure building.
The fact that like things like this actually happen on a day-to-day basis is crazy.
Police likely had to wonder if any show of emotion since the day of the incident was ever genuine.
Why didn't you just open the door and say, Alex got a gun, get out?
Because he was still going to shoot people.
But you knew he was going to shoot somebody either way.
Yeah. I would just tell him.
That's why I went to the office so I could try to get to an adult who would be able to do it. So the school didn't people weren't just freaking out.
But you still didn't tell anybody.
Yes, because he told me he was going to the office because he was going to kill me.
Right.
And everybody inside the office.
Doesn't matter because he was going to kill people.
Doesn't matter. It does matter because I was trying to save everybody, not just me.
After composing,
I
Alex
would've
said
still told
something
somebody.
else that, if validated, obliterated Devon's previous claims.
Did he ever tell you, hey, I can't go through with this, I'm going to refuse to go through with this, I'm backing out, anything like that?
You never told me anything.
It wasn't just what Devon hadn't done that led investigators to suspect that he'd helped instigate the crime. Mr. Pritchard, who had tried to save Kendrick, discovered this disturbing footage of Devon leaving the office and meeting up with Alec.
Where? Okay. Yeah.
He said, let's go or something.
In his interview soon after the incident, the detectives had tried to get the truth from Devon, but he wouldn't budge.
So again, at what point did you try to stop him?
There was multiple times he just kept threatening me.
Not what I'm hearing.
That's exactly what you're hearing.
Literally, you're separated.
Yeah, I'm not talking to you guys anymore until I have a lawyer and my dad. Get him in here because you guys aren't listening to me. I'm telling you something. I have evidence. I can show you all that. I gave you all the... And you guys are stoked and just making it like I tried so hard.
Since Devon
And
wanted to
most
speak with a
males
lawyer back then,
are
the
basically
detectives departed,
more aggressive.
leaving him alone in the interrogation room
Like
where
me.
his pleas of innocence
Like me.
continued.
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I'm innocent no matter what I'll tell you.
In the interview now, Alec's story included even more drastic changes.
No, it's been longer than 2 months then. It's been like, well, this happened in 2021. Right?
That he wanted to shoot up.
Mitchell, the student Devon had a verbal altercation with, had been in room 107, but that wasn't all. Mitchell said that Devon disliked Ms. Harper because she demanded her students make an effort in class. Alec's statement seemed to support the theory that the attack was very carefully timed.
The only person I really truly remember shooting at is Mitchell. He was the worst name.
Where was Mitchell at when you were shooting?
He was on the ground looking up at me.
As it turned out, Alec's aim was true. Mitchell had given his statement to police from a hospital bed after the incident.
I remember just after the first gunshot, I remember standing up and running. I remember more gunshots. I remember falling over and run towards that door. And I passed Kendrick. He's laying down, face down, not moving.
No, dude.
He told police that he and
Bro,
several
Kendrick
other
was such a
students fled to the
sigma, dude.
cafeteria
He
and
got
out
it,
of the
bro.
school.
Like, actually.
Run, past, I want to say 4 buildings before I'm out of breath. I'm like, this is so weird. Why am I out of breath? And then I reach behind me and feel my back. I pull my hand forward, and there's blood there. I didn't know that I got shot.
Mitchell's classmates had applied pressure to the wound and called 911. When more shots were fired, later determined to have been fired by Sam, a good Samaritan had helped move the group inside to the safety of his house. Paramedics arrived shortly afterwards to take Mitchell to the hospital. Back with Alec, police learned even more about Devon's involvement in the lead-up to the crime.
Did you guys do, I guess, any outer sort of research into how to carry this plan out?
not to how to carry the plan out. It was when Sol Pais came to Colorado, and we heard that she had like Columbine tattoos. That's kind of when we started searching for Columbine.
Okay.
And it wasn't to execute this plan. It was just kind of trying to put the two and two together with Sol Pais and the Columbine.
Sol Pais was a student who
7
received
minutes.
national attention when she became the subject of a large FBI manhunt after she was found armed in Colorado on the 20th anniversary of the Columbine school shooting. Given her obsession with that incident, police believe she was planning a copycat massacre at Columbine School on its anniversary. Facebook records indicated that Devin and Alec had discussed Sol Pais at length, even sending each other screenshots of her website and Instagram. Follow-up investigation had revealed even more on the subject of Columbine on Alec's Snapchat.
Tomorrow is the 20th anniversary of the Columbine shooting. It's like, geez, everything's going on in 1 week.
In hindsight, it seems disturbingly obvious why Alec saved this clip. Unfortunately, the video did not reveal who the speaker was. The police knew by now that Devin's interest in Columbine was not the only red flag. Back in the early days of the investigation, one of Devin's former classmates, Brian, had shared some chilling information.
He would like just come up behind me and do like all those school shooter jokes.
Okay, and what kind of school shooting jokes would you say?
When the pencil hits the floor, I'm gonna start shooting. I'm gonna take this 0 to Columbine real quick.
Okay. How often would you say stuff like that?
About every day.
Back in the present,
Alright,
Alec,
that's wild.
police had a few more things they wanted to follow up on.
In the interview with Detective Williamson, you mentioned something about gamer boat. Yes. Anything else?
I think it was blobfish.
Blogfish? Blobfish.
I'm sorry. Blobfish.
What is that?
That was going to be code word for Devin shoot me.
This memory was recovered from Alec's Snapchat, proving that they had in fact used the code word.
Blobfish.
If this really was what the code word meant, it seemed that on the day of the crime, Devin would have had to know he would be shooting, if only at Alec all along. 9 months later, in Alec's new version of events, Devin was responsible for more than just the school shooting.
I was doing coke in the bathroom, and I came back, and he was like, he didn't have any clothes on. He had like his boxers on. That was it. And he
What?
was sitting with his mom's nail polish and painting.
The voices.
Like the voices playing in the corner of the closet.
Alec stated that it had been Devin's idea to vandalize his mother's car, and that still wasn't all.
Did you guys ever have a conversation about locking the doors?
We did have a conversation about taking the magnet strip off the doors.
With the security compromised at school, protecting everyone inside was the top priority. This was one of the main topics Sam discussed with the police. He said that STEM school was the only location where he was directed to not be armed, which felt odd to him. He chose to carry his weapon anyway, with the intention of protecting as many students as possible in the event of violence. Despite saving lives on May 7th, Sam still expressed regret that he did not do more.
No.
I guess one kid was just reported dead. You know? Yeah. Yep.
So, but
did the best I can, man.
I don't have any doubt that you, by your actions, saved lives. Oh yeah, you took literally one of the two shooters out.
I just wish I could have saved all of them, man.
Surprisingly, Devin had reached out to police 9 months ago, the day after he ended his first interrogation by asking for a lawyer.
All I can think about is Kendrick and everybody else.
How is his hair still dyed?
Gunshot. I keep hearing the gunshot.
Are you aware that this was all over the media?
I assumed it would be, yeah.
So yeah, I wonder how much that.
This might be your last
I wonder how much what's his name? Oh, yeah, what's his name got? Yeah. Ooh. So yeah, he killed Kendrick.
He made me. At any point, do you plan on doing what Alan told you?
Jeez. He got a hero. His family member probably got a Purple Heart, in my
When
opinion.
asked about the perspective now, Alec had this to say.
I've changed my perspective on my perspective has changed on me trying to protect Devin, and I need to keep my promises.
Who are you talking about in terms of your promises?
I'm not crazy. I talked to Kendrick a lot.
Okay.
I promised that I would do good for him.
Okay.
I promised I'm gonna help everyone that I can for him.
Okay, bro.
I promised I'm gonna
That's wild.
change for the better for him.
In 2020, Alec McKinney was sentenced to life in prison, plus 38 years after pleading guilty on several charges.
He's bald now.
Alec was ultimately convicted of 11 charges,
Jeez.
including but not charges.
Oh, my bad.
Alec was ultimately convicted of 11 charges, including but not limited to murder after deliberation, murder with extreme indifference, attempted murder, and possession of a weapon on school grounds. Subsequently, Devin and Melanie did a lot of theorizing over the phone regarding what his fate would be.
There was no overkill. You, like, that one kid said you fought, but, like, no one else said you fought back, which, like, obviously you didn't. But
Yeah, I got it right. You got
that,
life in
like,
prison.
show that you're not, like, a violent person.
Yeah, I wish the DA would just give me a deal so I didn't have to go to trial, so I could just like skirt calls recorded and monitored. So DA Brockler, if you're listening, I'll vote for you. Dude, if I told you about this delusion my parents have that I'm gonna get out in like 3 years,
I mean, that'd be sick, but no.
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Melanie was right. On September 17, 2021, Devin Erickson was sentenced to life in prison, plus 1,282 years, despite entering a plea of not guilty. He was convicted on 46 charges
So they
in
both
total,
were charged.
including murder after deliberation, murder with extreme indifference, multiple counts of attempted murder, theft, reckless endangerment, and more. He is not eligible for parole. The robotics lab at STEM school has since been renamed in honor of Kendrick. His heroic actions meant that his was the only life lost that day at STEM. His parents still visit his grave every day. The other 8
That's
victims
wild.
all physically recovered, though the psychological impact on everyone at STEM is incomprehensible.
Jeez, bro. That's freaking wild. That's actually freaking wild. Hold up. Bro. That sucks, dude. Yo, I hope Kendrick's family is doing okay. That sucks really bad. I hope they're having hold on. Nothing. I hope they're having a good time, I guess. I don't really know, but dude, that sucks. I'm sorry. Like, the fact that there was only one death that day is very sad. I might end the live here. Or yeah, I'm just gonna end it here, guys. By the way, the Cool Toad clips, Tyler McQuaid, that's kinda yeah, that was weird, really weird. He joined my he joined my StreamYard without my permission. And I thought it was one of my friends on Discord, but I guess it wasn't. So if he appears again and joins my live stream again without my permission, I will ban him. Because people don't do that, bro. Don't do that, please. Don't join my live stream without my permission, please. I beg of you. Don't. Because please, I beg of you, don't. Alright, well, guys, I'm just gonna end it here. First off, I'm gonna do it on Twitch. I'm gonna do it on, first I'm gonna do the ending thing on Twitch first. Just right here. Peace out, Twitch. All right, that's Twitch. I'll get them. So good though. My hand. Oh crap! I paused it. How do I? I'm sorry, guys. I have to restart that. I have to restart it. Oh, you know what? All right, there. I just entered it there. Jeez. Okay. All right. Well, this is our goodbye on YouTube. YouTube. All right, guys. Peace out. I really hope you guys liked the video. I might do like some more reactions, probably. I don't really know, but I really appreciate you guys watching my live streams, and peace out.
Transforming into Pomni. Oh man, but now I'm really hungry. Hey, why don't we go to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal? Okay, sounds good, let's go. Oh yeah, can I just get one Happy Meal, please? What's that? Adam, did you hear that? They have the brand new Amazing Digital Circus Pomni Happy Meal. I don't think we should order that, dude. It's 3 a.m. No, come on, let's try it. Yeah, I'll have one of those, please. Cool, thanks. Oh man, here it is. It's the Pomni Happy Meal, but wait, something about it seems kind of weird, man. Are you sure we should open this? Okay, let's open it and see what happens. Huh?